Hey guys, this is my next Urban Decay look with the 15th anniversary palette. It's just a neutral, goldy, coppery, sparkly look. I'm off to a wee drinks thing with uni people in somebody's flat. I don't know if we're dressing up, but I've done my makeup because I wanted to do a tutorial. So here it is. I hope you enjoy it and, you know, have fun with this look. I've kept it quite toned down because this is an afternoon thing. But you could like add black glitter liner instead and, you know, jazz up, maybe some gold. But I've kept mine quite toned down because, like I said, I don't know if people are dressing up or not. So anyway, I've got my wee feather in my hair, which I love, and I've got a dress on because my jeans are really scabby. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you in a second. Okay, so as ever, I've already my Urban Decay primer potion on, and again, 227 brush and Blanc type eyeshadow from MAC, this is just a matte skin tone. So if you've got a face powder that isn't like a translucent one, you know, one's a little bit of coverage, you could use that because again, it's just going to be your skin tone and matte. This step isn't really necessary, it's just personal preference for me. I find it easier to blend out onto that. So the next thing I'm going to do is take a small shader brush, this is just the e.l.f. one, and I'm going to take Midnight 15, which is the second one down in the first column, and it's just a kind of pale gold with silvery shimmer in it. Or is it pale gold shimmer as well? It's pale gold. And I'm just going to pat that onto the lid. I feel like we could be closer in. There we go. Okay, and next I'm going to take a big fluffy blending brush. This is MAC 224, which looks much bigger because I'm holding it like this with the camera. It's actually quite a nice size. And I'm going to take Chase, which is this kind of old gold. Oh, it's a little bit too dark for old gold as well. Anyway, it's a metallic browny colour. I'm just going to take a little bit of that on the brush and dust that into the crease. Okay, and then this next step is going to look a little bit odd. I'm going to take that Chase again and I'm going to mix it with a little bit of Junk Show. And I do mean like a tiny bit of Junk Show, and this is just going to make it a kind of coppery penny colour. See that? It looks like such a scary bright pink, but if you use just a tiny bit of it, you can get a really nice effect. So next I'm going to take a smaller crease brush, MAC 322, and I'm going to take MIA, Missing in Action, from the end column, second down, and I'm going to mix that with Junk Show, so we're going to get a deeper coppery colour. So I'm just kind of like dabbing it into both colours, and backwards and forwards, and then we're going to put that into the crease. A slightly smaller, slightly lower and slightly shorter area than the first lot. Okay, and making sure you get this corner here because it looks weird if your crease just goes out and stops. Okay, and then last I'm going to take Half Truth, this is deep purple. And I'm just going to do like the very outer V with this, just to deepen it up a wee bit more. And then when all those colours are placed, go back to your blending brush, dust it off a little bit, and blend them all together so everything's nice and smooth. Because these are all sparkly eyeshadows, you will get a lot of fallout. I was vain and I'd done my foundation before I came on camera, which was not a good idea. If you look back at your eye and it's not quite as coppery as you'd like it to be, or as coppery as the other one, what you do is just take your blending brush and dip it into Junk Show again, or Mist because you're trying to look in the camera. Just get a tiny bit on it and just dust it over everything. Well, over the crease. I want to keep the lid gold. And see how that just instantly makes it more coppery and warm and pinky and red, and I don't know, I associate coppery with Christmas as well. So just do it really lightly. You can just do it a second time if you think you want it a little bit more coppery again. But if you make it too pink, then you will just have pink. Pink eye. Nobody wants that. So I'm just going to brush away some of my fallout. It just leaves a little bit of a shimmer, but that's fine because it just ends up highlighting the corner of your eye. And next I'm just going to take the 227 brush again, and I'm just going to go into Vanilla, which is this middle one, the first column, and highlight right under my brow bone. This is just a white with gold shimmer. Okay. Then I'm just going to do my eyeliner, hopefully quickly, but if you've watched my videos you know I sometimes get carried away and obsessive in trying to make it neat and perfect, and sorry about that. So I'm just using a MAC 210 brush. This is like the really thin one. I've tried to do it with the thicker one and it didn't work very well for me. So yeah. Sorry, I find it quite hard to talk while I'm doing my eyeliner. Okay, that'll do. That's possibly record timing for me. So I'm going to zoom out once I quickly clean off my brush a little bit. I always give it a quick wipe just with the cotton pad that I used for my toner when I was doing my skin. It stops it getting crusted up. So mascaras, as I've been using for the last while, it's Makeup Academy and Collection 2000 Waterproof Volumizing one. I think as a pair these work really well. And I like the effects it gives my lashes, so. And together they cost like a £5 or something, so it's all good. Blush wise, I want something quite warm to go with that coppery. I'm thinking Crazed by NARS because I haven't worn it in a while. I'll probably open it and realise it's completely wrong, but anyway. That's what I want. It's kind of like a reddy, coppery brick colour. I'm just going to take my small e.l.f. blush brush and dab really gently because I remember this being quite pigmented. And I want it quite low down on my cheek, I think. Almost in the contour, really. And these NARS blushes pretty much, I think they all have shimmer, although there might be one red one that doesn't. So they're great for parties and Christmas. And they are really expensive, but they also last like forever. I mean, I've used this one quite a lot of times and it actually still has the pattern on it from when it was pressed, like on all the surface on it. But then if you had darker skin than me, that might not be the case. Okay, so I was just blending that out with my 182 magic brush. Use it for everything. Powder, blending out blusher, blending out highlight, the lot. Lips, I'm going to line them with a red lip pencil as quickly as I can. This is just a Barry M pencil, by the way. Cheap and wonderful. Okay, just blend it with your fingers to get rid of any like marks and gaps. And then, just to make this extra red, I'm going to fill it in with the matching lip paint from Barry M, which is number 12. For speed and YouTube. So you can see that's just a very, very bright true red. And then just to add a little something to it to make it more sparkly and Christmassy, I'm going to use, this is an old MAC lipstick called Assertive. It was one of the Slim Shines. I know there's a Sheen Supreme that's almost identical to this. I can't even show you because I've got that little left. It's just like a brown, shimmery, coppery. And I'm just going to start from the middle and spread it out. Okay, yeah, that just gives it a nice little sparkly, shimmery, goldy touch. So that is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoy, and I hope you have lots of Christmas parties to go to.